Do you know like over 1 million of Americans who has traveled and studied in Korea have used this book as their to learn Korean? As we know, the most important thing to represent one nation's culture is language. According to the website which called Only in Korea 87, the author Kadaija states that I told her my book on active Korean would only give me so much. Obviously, this book helped not only me but also others to improve their Korean. This book is exactly what students will be used if they take any Korean courses at KCLA. So this book is really helpful for all people who are willing to learn Korean. By learning more about active Korean, you will get a better understanding of Korean culture. First, I will discuss what the book is about, and then I will discuss how I identify with this culture. The book has different versions, and so that it can help different learners from different level. For different versions, active Korean have different versions, and the fourth one is the hardest one, but I only have 2 of them. It also has different colors, as you can see. Moreover, the book Active Korean also offers workbooks, which can improve learners' reading and writing. Okay. And also, every workbook and textbook includes CD to improve learners' listening ability. The book was published by Seoul National University, which is one of the best university in South Korea. The Language in Education Institute put so much effort into this work so that active Korean is really meaningful and valuable. Also, active Korean describes one language comprehensively. It has all content of learning process. Each unit offers teach the common category of words and sentences so that learners can actually utilize this information in their daily life. Moreover, a cultural introduction always be shown that at the end of each unit. This section offers learners to offers information about Korean clothes, food, and structures, so that learners would know more about Korean culture. I just described the appearance and the content of the active Korean. Now I'm going to describe how I identify with it. Personally, I'm interested in Korean since I was a junior. I like both traditional and modern outfits, and I like Korean food. I like Korean pop music because of the nice tone and sound of the language. Korean culture is so attractive for me, so that I want to know more about their language. It is amazing that you can communicate with people from different countries by speaking their language. By speaking their language, wait a minute. I can make more friends and deal with some daily problems by speaking Korean. Actually, I went to Korea one time last year by myself, and I talked with many native speakers to avoid the situation of getting lost and order some food at the local restaurant. It was an unforgettable and enjoyable experience for me. So it will be harder for people who don't know anything about the local language to travel along in a different country. So active Korean is a great source if you want to make friends with Korean or travel in Korea. In conclusion, now you have learned how helpful the book is and why it represents Korean culture very well. I just described the appearance and the content of the active Korean, and then I showed the reason why I'm interested in Korean and one of my personal experience of getting help from the active Korean. Overall, active Korean is a worthy object for you to obtain if you want to know more about Korean or Korean culture. Thank you.